The warm weather is here, but before you head outside to soak up all the rays, there are a few tips you need to know so that you can have fun in the sun without hurting yourself in the long run. Emily got advice from Dr. Mark Kleiner with Forest Family Physicians.
Number one, we got to make sure we're doing the right thing, wearing sunscreens and making sure we're the right type of clothing, putting on hats and wearing appropriate cover material. That's number one. And are you using the right type of sunscreen? For example, I recommend using at least 30 SPF, which is a rating for the burn protection. Some are recommending 50 right now. So that's number one, and you need to make sure you reapply. Make sure you reapply your sunscreen every couple hours if you're going to be out all day.
And what if you're swimming?
Swimming, make sure you reapply right after you come out, because a lot of people don't know that sunscreens are not water protective actually as much as the information would lead you to believe.
And what about kids in general? Because don't we get more exposure as kids than as adults?
Yes, we do. The cancer risk unfortunately goes way up for melanoma for those kids that have multiple burns in youth, so it is important for them to cover up and use sunscreen. So.
And how early are you seeing folks with with skin cancer? Is that a younger age thing now more?
Great question. Actually, the data now is showing a lot of women, the melanoma rate is exponentially increased for those in their early 20s now.
Oh, wow.
And so probably due to tanning beds, but actively laying out and sunscreening. So we're seeing a lot more cancer in 20-year-old women than we ever have. And actually the melanoma rate over the last 3 decades has tripled. And so
would you suggest then no tanning beds whatsoever?
Yeah, actually my formal recommendation to patients is no tanning beds. The rate of, same thing with melanoma, the melanoma rates even with a couple tanning exposures has doubled. So the rates are double, so it's like 80-85%. So no tanning beds.
Right.
Sorry.
So what about moles that change over time? What is normal? What should we be looking out for?
Sure. And moles that have been there ever since you were a child are probably okay, though they are in some cases more prone to develop cancer, particularly the dark ones. So things that you're looking for, you want to talk to your doctor about anything that you've noticed that's changed at all or has irregular borders or that is raised, for example. And by the way, you can have melanoma that does not have pigment.
Oh, wow.
So you need to get any irregular mole checked by your doctor. And so actually we at Forest Family do a lot of dermatology. We actually do a lot of biopsies. There's a need for more dermatologists in town, and we're trying to fulfill that need by taking care of that segment of the population. So we have a lot of experience with it, and happy to look at your mole.
And that's a very good point, because there is very few dermatologists in this area. So that's very nice to know that you guys are here and offer that.
Sure.
Now tell me a little bit about how long this has been here. It's a beautiful location out here.
Yeah, so this office has been here approximately 12 years now. And there are other doctors in other locations that were initially here, but I love it here actually. I moved here from Vermont about 8 years ago, and so I love the southern hospitality and the southern climate. So great office, and look forward to many more years.
That's great. And you're also hooked up with Central Virginia Family Physicians, where there's a lot of locations in this area.
Right, we got locations in most of the surrounding cities, and we're the largest primary care organization in town. We're very proud of that.
So if folks are interested in coming and maybe seeing you all on a regular basis, what do they need to bring with them?
What do they need to bring with them? Basically, well, if we take their insurances, we will see them. So
that works.
That's basically how it works.
Yeah. Do you need like your past history? Do they need to take their file and bring it to you?
Yes. Yeah. Their past medical is good, so we can get that on file before. We typically like to do that before we see them, but that's that.
So basically you can see folks young and old?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that family doctors see the entire spectrum from birth to the grave. And so we have expertise, and family doctors are trained in everything from taking care of young infants all the way through to geriatrics, diabetes. A lot of people don't know that we do lacerations and a lot of immediate care things, and we have 3 immediate care centers that we also that help serve the community in that way, for more urgent needs. So we actually do a broad spectrum of healthcare, including routine gynecology as well.
That was a lot of great information. If you guys at home want more information, you can give them a call at 434-382-1125, or you can go online to cvfp.net.